Today, I'm here in Bonners Ferry, of all places. This great little town right here is in the northern range of Idaho and sits about 30 miles north of Sandpoint, about 25 miles just south of the Canadian border. So I am here going to talk a little bit about Bonners Ferry. We're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time in the channel, help us out, subscribe below, tap the bell, and you can be notified every time we talk about anything going on here in the North Idaho area. Today we are in Bonners Ferry, and we're going to talk a little bit about Bonners Ferry. We're going to put up some drone shots, give you a little bit of idea of what this area looks like, kind of give you a little bit of a look there. I'm down here on the lower side of Bonners Ferry. And as you can see, I've got the visitor center here behind me. There is a casino here across the road. You got these, a lot of pine trees. There's some agriculture, a lot of those types of things. This is a small town, about a town of about 2,600 people. It was originally established as a ferry crossing. And so way back in the late 1800s, when gold was discovered up in the British Columbia area, a man by the name of Bonner established a ferry here, and the name stuck, and so it became Bonners Ferry. But today it is a little northern town here that is just in a beautiful area. And prices here, as far as real estate, I was looking around, it ranges from about $65,000 for a mobile home on up to just under $3 million. Of everything, depending on what you're looking for. This is in Boundary County. Bonners Ferry is the county seat. So we're going to take a look around. We're going to get you some shots of the town. We're going to put up some different properties so you can kind of get a feel for what that looks like here. And we're going to get after that right now. Okay, we are still talking about Bonners Ferry, and just thought I'd bring up the map here, kind of give you a little better understanding of where Bonners Ferry's at and where it is in relationship to a lot of these other places here in North Idaho. So just taking a look, we've got Spokane here. The airport sits just outside of Spokane, sitting out here in this area. And so we're going to come, it's about just over 100 miles. So you come up along I-90, and as you can see, you got Post Falls here, you got Coeur d'Alene here. I-90 goes on over to Montana, but on Highway 95, we're going to start up, come up through Hayden, Athol, Coquilala, all the way to Sandpoint, and we're going to keep going north, and we're going to get all the way up here to Bonners Ferry. So that's Bonners Ferry. You're up at the top of Idaho. Just to kind of give you a little idea, you know, you're not that far from here to the Canadian border. Is only about 31 miles. You're just right around that same distance to Sandpoint. So it's an easy drive down to Sandpoint if you want options for, you know, better restaurants and you know, maybe some nightlife or whatever you're looking for, shopping, that type of stuff. You know, they do have a Walmart here in Ponderay in Sandpoint. We'll just kind of blow that up a little bit. So they do have a Walmart here in Ponderay, just off of Highway 2 here for shopping. Makes it, you know, if that's what you're looking for. They do have a Super One. So they do have grocery stores up here in the Bonners Ferry area. Just to give you an idea about Bonners Ferry, you know, the population, you know, is in that 2,500 to 2,600 range. It is the county seat of Boundary County, and they have an elevation here of about 1,896, I believe. So it's a little lower elevation. You know, Coeur d'Alene sits right around 2,300. So you drop down just a little bit. Average snowfall is about 54 inches, so not quite like what you're going to see in the Hayden, maybe probably in Sandpoint and Rathdrum areas for sure. I think it's even just a little more than the Coeur d'Alene area. But you know, some of that you know, the temperatures are a lot the same as a lot of other areas. You know, in the winter, December, January, you're going to see highs that are going to kind of be that average around low to mid 30s. You are going to see days where you get down into that single digit and even below. But that's kind of rare. Summers are a lot like everywhere else. You know, you're going to see a lot of averages in that 85 to 90 through the summer months, with highs that get up into those mid to high 90s and even low hundreds. And so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, as you'll notice that there was an upper and lower area. So you've got the upper area that comes up along here, and all this is treed. You got a lot of pine trees, more mountainous area, you know, that goes all the way to Sandpoint. You know, you just see a lot of those mountains and trees and all of that. This on this side is all pretty wide open. So you see a lot of agriculture out through here. You know, this is flat, you know, so you got a lot of views out through there. And, you know, you do run into some mountains further out, but this through here is some, you know, you do get some farmland, agriculture area, that type of stuff. We did do a video of this, you know, a drone shot where we came down Main Street here and kind of give you an idea what this upper level looks like. And then we did a down here, starting from, there's just a little park area, you know, where I started the video by the visitor center, and there's a casino sits over here, and we ran out over the river, came back along, and came over the downtown area, which is really kind of nostalgic. It's a neat little downtown area, has a lot of charm to it. So something to keep in mind. There is a higher and lower area. A lot of your housing's up through here, but you also get a lot of housing out through some of these other areas that, depending on what type of topography you're looking for, you know, if you want to be in the trees or if you want to be out on the plains there, prairie, you know, if you want more views or if you want trees. So something to kind of keep in mind. Home prices right now here in that area range from, I was looking at, from about $65,000 for a, you know, like a single wide manufactured home, all the way up to about $2.7 million. Average sales price year to date here in this area is at $505,000. So that's about 130, 100 to 150,000 less average sales price than we're seeing in a lot of the other areas south of here, you know, going into, say, Sandpoint, Coeur d'Alene, Hayden, some of those areas. So the price point is a lot less. I feel like you can still get some good values here in this area. You can buy homes under that 300,000 mark or in that low 300,000. If you're, you know, depending on job, it might be hard to come there and get started as a young family because you're going to have limited job opportunities up here in this small area. But if there is something that allows that, that is a great place if you're wanting to be a homeowner to be able to find a home that might meet your price point that's in affordability to be able to get into something. If you're looking to retire and maybe you're wanting to downsize out of busier areas and looking for a quiet little area that has some great price points, this might be something to look at. It's just a lot of beautiful country there in that area, as you'll see from our shots, that add to just, you know, that North Idaho feel. So keep that in mind. You know, you're not far from Montana border is, you know, right here. So, you know, if you're wanting to head over into Montana, you are, whoops, just to give you an idea of some of these. Like I said, you're about 31 miles to Sandpoint. From here to Sandpoint, it's about 31 miles. You are about 78 miles to Coeur d'Alene. So to Coeur d'Alene, it's about an hour and a half drive, and then, you know, like we said, from the airport, Spokane area, you are right about 2 hours. So, you know, if you're one of those people that's looking maybe more for a summer investment, that type of thing, you're going to be flying in and out, that's maybe something to keep in mind as you look at some different properties or price points and some of that type of stuff. I hope this is helpful. Join us on our next video, and you know, we're throwing up some, as you probably see, we're throwing up some different properties here in this area, so you can kind of get an idea what the properties look like. But appreciate you watching our video. Leave us a comment, give us a like, you know, subscribe if you haven't, and you know, we look forward to seeing you next week on the next video. Thank you.